A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Friday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Usually I'm not alone on the show. At some point I will be joined by my partner, Austin Okon Akpa. While we wait, let me give you a quick rundown of what to expect on the show before I introduce my partner in the Lagos studio and the other guests we had lined up for today. We will be talking about the National Para Sports Festival, the just concluded one. We're talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. We go to England to talk about the FA Cup, and of course, we will also listen to some of the managers as they prepare their teams for matches in the English Premier League and, of course, matches in the FA Cup. And at some point, we will see if we can give you a slice of tennis. Things exciting is currently going on at the Monte Carlo Masters as we speak. So we'll see what we can do if we can give you a slice of tennis if time permits on the show tonight. All right, so as we go on, we will also talk about the WAFU B on the 17 tournament. We'll do that as we go on. Let me quickly introduce, of course, my partner in the Lagos studio, Ikena Kechukwendu, joins us now. Greetings to you, Ikena. Thanks for finding out time to be on the show.
Happy holiday, happy Good Friday. We are here to discuss a lot that's going to happen in the world of sports this long weekend. So the FA Cup, like you say, WAFU under 17, that's going to take place. So it's going to be a lot that we are going to discuss. So I'm happy to be here.
All right. Just like Ikena said, let me quickly use the opportunity to also tell our viewers to enjoy the holidays for the Christian faithfuls. It is Good Friday. So enjoy the holidays. We'll do our best to keep you entertained, informed, and possibly educated on all the things happening in your amazing, fast-paced, sometimes rewarding world of sports. Austin is ready to go, and so he joins us now on the show.
On the show tonight, so much to talk about, particularly with this para sports that just ended in Abuja. We talked about it when it started, and we said it's a good one from the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development because we know that sports has got a power to transform lives. So it's a good one. We'll talk about it, and we hope that as we talk about this, the ministry and everyone involved, we will find more reasons to, show some more love to special sports.
And that's how we're going to start the show tonight. Austin, you hit the nail on the head. Let's talk about the 6 days of unadulterated display of skills, fight for medals, and thrilling contests. Spectators were treated to sporting excellence by the competing athletes at the maiden edition of the National Para Games in Abuja. You're going to see the pictures come up on your screen shortly. After competing in 15 sports, Team Bielsa emerged overall champions with a total of 93 medals, consisting of 31 gold, 30 silver, and 32 bronze medals. Team Oyo finished in second in the final medals table with a total of 60 medals, comprising of 24 gold, 15 silver, and 21 bronze medals. Team Kano finished third on the medals table with 42 medals consisting of 21 gold, 13 silver, and 8 bronze medals. In making up the top 5, you also had Team Edo and Team Ondo. Imo also in there, and FCT making up positions 6 and 7. The second edition of the National Para Games is expected to take place next year and thereafter every 2 years. All right, so let's listen to the Minister of Youth and Sports Development. He graced the occasion, Mr. Sunday Dare. His thoughts after 6 days of unadulterated display of sporting skills by the para athletes.
There is indeed ability in disability. In the next several days, we will see that what we, the able, can do. Every single sport, the disabled can also do it. because there's ability in their disability. Nothing speaks better to that than the fact that when you look at the gold medals, the silver medals, and the bronze medals we have won in the last 3 Olympics, 65% of those medals have come in from the Paralympics. The International Olympic Committee, represented here today by Engineer Abu Gumel, who is the NOC president, has maintained repeatedly that the gold that is won in the Olympics and the gold won at the Paralympics, they are worth the same thing in their weight in gold. There is no disabled gold. A gold is a gold. As we prepare to go to the Commonwealth Games in July in the United Kingdom, we will be competing in 9 different sports, including powerlifting, and we look forward that the para athletes, like they've done on the last one, will give this country its largest number of medals.
Oh, that's it, Minister of Sports, Mr. Sunday Dare. His thoughts, and also makes us know the value of the medals these athletes win. We should encourage them because there's no disparity. Gold is gold. He says it weighs the same.
The way they said. Like you said, I like what you said, ability and disability. So it's commendable what this sports ministry has done, at least to bring them, at least the median edition. We hope it continues. But one thing I should point out is the disrespect we give to this group of athletes is resounding. This is a group that has won more medals than the able-bodied athletes over the years. All through the Olympics, they have been always there. They always do their years after the men Olympics. They will do sometimes in September. They always bring loads and loads of medals. Our powerlifters are revered around the world. People are trying to get their manual to see how they can also improve their own powerlifter. So I think one thing I pointed out off air was that they didn't do much publicity for this event.
For this sports festival.
For this sports festival, they didn't do much publicity for it. Probably because of, let me not say that, but I think they didn't do much. So going forward, thank God that they're not going to. They want to maybe use the same ability success they found out in this one for the next edition, which is coming up next year. So after that, they can now start spacing it out for 2 years. So hopefully, the next edition, there'll be much more publicity. Let us know the athletes that won. Let's celebrate them. Let's see their images. Let's see their videos. Let's see their pictures. So that can help in promoting them before they go to the Commonwealth Games, before they go to the Olympic Games. So first and foremost, congratulations, kudos to them for hosting this show, for putting it together.
Next
edition this year. We have to improve on the publicity.
All right. We have to improve on the publicity. All right, let's also go on the show. Alfred Okoligwe is ready. Let's bring him in. Greetings to you, Alfred. Thank you for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight. You met us talking about the Para Sports Festival, and you're listening to the Sports Minister. I want to quickly get your thoughts before we move on.
Well, I think it's quite commendable. Good evening, guys. I'm excited, really excited to be here. I think it is quite commendable because in time past, when we get to see these athletes, these special athletes as they are, perhaps maybe at the National Sports Festival, after the National Sports Festival, nothing on the national level happens. The next you get to see them is when they are being celebrated at international events. And if you look at the records of what we've won so far in the Olympics, in the Commonwealth Games, you put the medals together, you know that the special athletes have done excellently well. And so it is really commendable that this time we have a national effective role for them because the process of recruitment in time past has always been it's one coach that was working and all these athletes and of course try to get them to do A, B, C, or D. That's how they take to prominence. If we have a strategic way of really covering this earlier, I'm sure they will do more. And now everybody's coming to national sports festival. It's at that level, it's at that it means like that you can get athletes that you can say, okay, these ones are this talented or these ones are at this level that we can use to go to international. So it's good for them. They like Ethan has pointed out. I think the publicity was on the low and all of that. Partly because
Okay, it does appear that we're losing Alfred right there, but we do get a point. He agrees with Ikena that the publicity was not enough. Of course, some of us have been able to see the pictures and some of the things, and the publicity didn't do justice to some of the things that happened at that event. And hopefully, the next edition will be more glamorous. We'll make it glamorous. All right, let's move on and talk about, of course, the Waffle B under 17 and under 20 tournaments. Let's quickly bring to you where we find ourselves talking about Nigeria. Of course, we are in the power block of African football, and that power block had to be divided into two. But here you have it. For the under 20, that's what we're starting with, and it's good. We've employed coaches for these national teams. In Group A, you have Nigeria, Republic, Togo, Ivory Coast, that's Cote d'Ivoire, and Benin Republic. That's in Group A. And in Group B, for the under 20 tournament, you have Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Nigeria. And under 20, under 17, you don't really know much about each other. So it's just go out and win because you don't really have much on each other. Exactly. So there's also that chance of David and Goliath situations because you don't really know much about each other. Again, I'm going to allow you to comment on this, but let's quickly see the under 17. We all knew this is how it's going to be. So in Group A for the under 17 tournament, you have Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo. For the under 17 tournament, we're talking about Wafu B on the 17 tournament. Let's go to Group B quickly. For that one, we have the Ivory Coast, that's Cote d'Ivoire, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic. So these are the nations that will be competing in these two age grade tournaments, which also serves as qualifiers for the main CAF under 17 and CAF under 20 championships. All right, let me get your thoughts quickly because, of course, Austin and Alfred are already on standby as well.
Yeah, I will say something. I was privileged to watch the 1985 edition. That's the first edition under 17. The semi-finalists for that edition were Nigeria and Guinea, West Africans. So it is very unfair for the Wafu block to bring in two representatives for edition when they are the main ones that have been contributing tremendously worldwide to the youth tournaments. So you now wonder why we have officials here that are in CAF
and allow that
to happen. So they are talking about helping other regions to grow, but this should be on merit. So if Nigeria and Ghana are the only ones that have won this on the 17 tournament, so we knock each other out just to allow some, sorry, no disrespect to anybody, maybe from Ethiopia or Rwanda to make it to the group stage. This should be on merit. If they are good, they are good. If they're not good, then the other ones should move on.
Okay.
So each time, now we are going to have just one out of Nigeria and Ghana, probably. Or maybe one of the, and one of the strongest teams. Also, people don't take a note is Burkina Faso. What they are doing in their youth system is tremendous. So imagine one of these teams is going to get knocked out, and the other ones just to allow other teams from other regions. It's not fair.
Yeah, it didn't happen yesterday though.
No, I think this is second time they're doing it.
The leaders probably should do something about it. Let me go to Austin. I don't know if Austin feels the same way as Ikena feels about this Wafu B on the 17, on the 20 tournament. It seems the power block, we just nullify ourselves, we cancel each other out. But then again, we can't be crying over spilt milk.
It is what it is, and I don't understand why the Confederation of African Football, they're not thinking of ways of rectifying this. I don't know what they're trying to prove with this. And again, here we are with Ghana and Nigeria, and that makes it a fierce, competition already. So truly, we've talked about this over and over again, and I really just hope that they will, take a look at it again and stop this senseless power block issue that is going on, and let's just see the best of football, and teams that have the quality should advance, just so it can give some more attention to the competition. But I want to agree with what Ikenna said. This is another opportunity for some African teams to show that they are really working at the grassroots. Burkina Faso, you cannot doubt it. In the last 3 or 4 AFCONs, they've not been pushed over. And it's a testament of the quality of work that they're doing at this level. They're under 17, So if you check the history of Nigerian football, when we were really doing well, we were also doing so well at the under 17 and the under 20s. So another opportunity for us now to look back and see ways that we can make, good use of this WAFU on the 17 championship. I remember back in the day, I can't remember the year now, but I think it was in Ijebu Day, I covered Ahmed Musa playing this competition, and it was right there. I could see his quality, and I said, this young player from Kano Pillars will go places. So it's a good opportunity for young African players to express their talent, and I just hope that CAF will sit down again, take a look at this, and see ways that they will make the stronger teams stay longer in the competition.
All right, let me get Alfred's thoughts. We're about to cut to the Nigeria Professional Football League. I don't know if you're in agreement with what everyone has said about this WAFU B arrangement. That's, I think, is in its second or third season.
It's been on for a while now, and I think it's something that perhaps when it was sneaked in at the meeting where all of these agreements were reached, I think perhaps maybe the guys that manage football on the subcontinent, that's the West African region, we're sleeping on, because I can't explain how for the life of me. Now there are countries that are benefiting from things like this. For example, take the Olympics. A team like Zambia went to the Olympics. Nigeria didn't go because we had to do it in such a way that it will give other countries. Now, between these so-called lesser improved opportunities of representing their region at the global level. Now, now we are not talking anything because we are not saying anything about it because the Super Falcons qualified for the Alcon and possibly might qualify for the World Cup. Now, for a team like Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, those are the teams that were perhaps strong enough to challenge teams from other regions, but they can't make it because the sole ticket for the West African region was stopped by Nigeria. That's why this concern we didn't raise it, the alcohol we qualified. We are saying this now because hey, Togo and Ghana strong teams. And I mean, what did they say about democracy? They say you may just have your say, but the majority will have their way. I guess that's what's happening until we reach a level where we perhaps maybe negotiate all of this. For now, we can only cry, we can only complain. But these guys have found a way, a very, very convenient way of allowing other regions attend this tournament. Looking at the under 17 level, I ask yourself, as a country, have we given serious thought to development at the group at this level of our football? Do we have a national competition? Do we have a competition where we say, okay, this is the best and the most fertile ground to pick players from the under 17, other than usual say, coach, I get this one boy, or coach, I get this one player, wait at this play, and all of that. Have we given equal opportunities to kids at this level from all across the country to showcase their skills so that from there, from this kind of tournament, we teach them to play for under 17? I mean, you guys will be posted on us, and you look at their names: Academy A, Academy B, Academy C. Not from the clubs that play there. So these are the issues. And like it's like almost on no movement. We just stop there, and nobody is saying anything about it. And tomorrow we hear other people making tremendous progress with their football, and you ask, how did they manage? And I look at it, you look around, nothing is happening.
Okay.
Competition keeps getting better, and because it's a very important platform for talent discovery and development. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this quick break now. When we come back, the Nigeria Professional Football League, we get our attention. Rivers United, they are making bold statements. We'll talk more when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. If you love the Nigeria Professional Football League, this is the time. I want you to be part of the program. Talk to us on Twitter. We're channels_sports. You can send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. Let's talk about what's going on in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Fixtures will come up and then we will talk about it. But at the moment, Rivers United, gracious goodness, after the last victory over Katsina United, it's beginning to look like the pride of Rivers wants the title. But Plateau United, can they fight? Can Enugu Rangers also put up a good fight? Surprise, surprise, it's already match day 22. When did we begin the league? And it's match day 22 already. Abia Warriors will host Niger Tornadoes. Dakada will welcome Heartland to Uyo. Gombe United will play Aqua United. It's not easy to play Gombe United. Nasarawa United will take on Remo Stars, match day 22 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. If you're following, this is the time not to blink from now till the end. Shooting Stars will hope to get their campaign back on track when they host Lobby Stars. Wicked Tourists will take on Kwara United. Rangers will take on Sunshine Stars, while Kano Pillars will play Katsina United. Katsina United lost their last match to Rivers United right there at the Shehu Diko Stadium in Katsina. Let me get Ikena talking. Ikena match day 22. Why do I feel we are looking forward to the Rangers game?
Rangers? No, you're pulling my legs.
I know.
I never wish. I wish that this weekend can just go by, but it is what it is. Like you said, Rivers United versus Enyimba, that's the game. Rivers United, I think we should just hand them the trophy. They are doing tremendous. They are in the they are in championship form. Lost one game. They are 4 points ahead of Plateau United. Enyimba is not doing not too badly, but they're not doing as expected, as we always see how Enyimba performs in the Nigerian league. So this weekend, Rivers United might as well get the 3 points, because I don't see Enyimba stopping them at this point. They are a very compact team. They are well packed. And like they say, the bench wins you games, and they have a lot of guys coming off the bench to deliver for them. And Bernard Ofoke coming back is a huge boost in their title match. So Rivers United is picking that point. Those 3 points in Katsina United has boosted their chances of winning the title. Plateau United, MFM are just they are just 1 point to safety. So if they can, it's like the coach Idechukwu against his protege Christian Ikechukwu. So it's a match also. I think Plateau United will just wrap this up, because they are just 4 points. If Rivers United slip up, Plateau United will just take over. So those are the two games. Like I said last week, when you see the fixtures, you're always looking for Rivers United versus Rivers United and Plateau United, what they are going to do week in, week out. So far, is 2-horse race, and is amazing.
Amazing, I must confess. Alfred, Rivers United taking on Enyimba. If Rivers United should win that one, should we just give them the title?
Well, for me,
I think we'll.
it's their title to lose. I asked a couple of colleagues during the week, Rivers United run. I think because teams around them are not putting pressure, the only team trying to exert any form of pressure is Plateau United. And once Plateau, I won't call it quarter, because it's actually a result for them. They got a draw against Kwara United away. That's an excellent result. Take nothing away. The result that really struck me was that Katsina United result. They won the victory for Rivers United. So it just puts them in good. So what it means is that whatever achievement they got in Katsina, they will just consolidate with the victory at home. And this team has come close to stopping them in Port Harcourt just yet. A couple of 14, yeah, that was the early days. It looked unstoppable. Saw the bench, and Iken did make that point. Then Bernard Oguchi. A certain Siki Olatunmoto was also on that bench in that game. Was on the bench in that game against Katsina United. So you, yes, you say defense, but when you look at the quality of players that Rivers United have on the bench, it just puts them in good stead to say, okay, we have players that can do the business on and off the pitch. Once any of the players um, don't live up, they have capable replacements. The teams around them, like United, like you said, MFM, people just know that all they need to do is to keep winning. I'm playing against an MFM team. I just moving around there. All of the positives that their last home win are positive. Their away results against Atlanta consolidated with 3 points at home. So it might just be. I'm sure that it's going to be a very very sentimental game for Fidelity League. But hey, the business just have to be done. All right. For Aqua United, we seem to have found their way back, which against players of Ibadan. They go to the Panther Stadium. Now that's not an easy place to travel to against the United. For Genga, Coach Genga Yemi, that left Sunshine Stars to join Aqua United this season. So it just has to find a way of getting the result. If they avoid the defeat that game against Gombe United at the Panther Stadium, I think it's a fantastic result for league defending champions Aqua United. I'm sure they're no longer talking about really defending the title. It's just a question of just trying to consolidate our play and keep afloat. Sunshine Stars against Rangers International is a tricky time. We've had a couple of seasons ago where Sunshine Stars was like Rangers wouldn't see them. All of that have changed for now. And so they have a date to keep at the Oka Stadium where they play Rangers International. But I'm sure two of the better ball playing sides playing that. So for the neutrals and for the series of the game, if you want to see an exciting game, I think that is one game that you have to see.
I talked about what could happen when Plateau United, Plateau United and MFM, lock horns. So we'll see. But let's listen to the coach of MFM, talking about Christian Ikichuku, what he's been saying, how he's plotting to get a result for his side. And let's not forget, MFM are not particularly in a position that their fans will be happy about. So let's listen to the MFM manager, hoping that miracles will happen and they will avoid the drop.
It's a gradual process. I know we'll get it right. We just need one away win to get out of the red zone finally, and we'll get it. I want to go and play against my father, my mentor, but until that day, I'll just reserve my comments after the game. They will continue to watch fantastic football, good game, as normal. I mean, the way those days, the fantastic football MFM used to play, and I'm showing them that MFM is going to come out of the red zone, so that they will be very, very happy. So they will see NPFL football next season again.
All right. Just reminds me of when Frank Lampard came up against Jose Mourinho. Something like that is what we're going to see when Isikwone faces his old manager. The man he calls his mentor, Fidelis Elechuku. So we'll see what happens. And then he says, look, just one win, we're out of the red zone. We'll see what will happen to them after match day 22. Let's travel abroad now and talk about the English Premier League. That's Austin stuff. We'll get back to Austin. But let's take a look at what is going to happen in the English Premier League. And of course, we'll spare some thought for the FA Cup as well. Tottenham will take on Brighton. At this point, their top four destiny is in their own hands. Manchester United will take on Norwich. Southampton will take on Arsenal. Watford will take on Brentford. These are weekend fixtures in the English Premier League. Then you have Newcastle United, who are steadily on the rise, taking on Leicester City. West Ham, smarting from that victory in the Europa League, will be up against Burnley, who incidentally sacked their manager Sean Dyche today after 10 years at Turf Moor. So those are the fixtures for you in the English Premier League. Let's quickly listen to a manager who seems to be under pressure, and of course he appears like he has resigned to fate. Ralph Rangnick, a lot of people credited him with Gengen pressing and all the whatnot, but United fans are not having it. They are protesting, they are angry, and he says he understands why they are angry. Let's listen to Ralph Rangnick talk about the fortunes of Manchester United and, of course, the way ahead.
It's a done deal, and my reply is the same as Erik ten Hag's reply was. My focus is on the game tomorrow against Norwich, and prepare the team in order to be able to play on a higher level and win the game. I think we had quite a few games where we really played well, not only with regard to the result, but also the way that they played together, that we played together as a team. But what we couldn't do is do it in a sustainable way and over a longer period of time. And yes, I'm disappointed about that. I would have thought that we would be able to play sustainably on a higher level, and I'm not happy with that myself, for sure. But this is what we will still try to do for the rest of the season.
All right, Ralph Rangnick not happy with the results, but of course he has to continue and stay positive till the end of the season. Also, let me come to you. We're hearing about protests. We're hearing about all kinds of things. And he also talked about Erik ten Hag, says, I'm not going to say much. He appears it is done. Of course, he goes upstairs. Erik comes to the dugout. And he also says, we didn't get to hear that, but he also says, look, I understand why the fans are angry.
And I think at this point, from now till the end of the season, they need to operate with the philosophy of optimism, hoping that the players will understand why they must give it a strong finish. I was telling a Manchester United fan yesterday, if they fail to beat Norwich City, then there'll be more disaster. And he totally agrees. Look, with the way they lost to Everton, the fans are so pissed, because they thought that that was a game they could win, because Everton hasn't been all that. And if you take a look at the league table, you expect Manchester United, particularly with the way that they've been playing before that game, to go on to win that one. But they lost it. And against Norwich City, bottom of the table, 21 points out after 31 games, Norwich still believing that they can survive relegation. These are the sort of teams that can, make your situation go from bad to worse. And that's what Manchester United must try so hard to avoid. They've played 31 games, they have 51 points, and this isn't what they wanted when they were bringing in Rangnick. They thought it was going to come in, bring some stability, get the players working together. This guy, Cristiano Ronaldo, almost 40, still doing the bulk of the work. You start wondering, what about those other guys who have expected to, step up and give Manchester United the sort of performance that they should be given a big team? Look, this is football where anything can happen. And Ole will be sitting somewhere and be saying, I thought I told you guys that I wasn't the problem. Maybe it's time to look at the ownership of the club, things that are happening in the background, and see how proper management can come into this. But for Manchester United, the mission and objective at this time is to stay focused and give the league a strong finish. Otherwise, with what we were saying, with their position on the log, it might just be disastrous if they don't finish in the top 10.
All right. Okay. So we're going to get to you because you probably have a scoop for us on what is happening behind the scenes. Let me get Iken, and you have to make it fast. We have a lot of ground to cover, and we're still going to go back to Austin. Your thoughts on Manchester United's situation?
I think their problem is they don't have a sporting director. They have been glamoring football. Mourinho mentioned that when he was there, they need a proper football person that will manage the team from that point of view, getting players, signing contracts, making sure that contracts are renewed. The players the coach wants is the players that he gets. So, but it seems that everywhere they are all over the place. They can't decide what to do with Harry Maguire, whether to drop him, whether to take off the captainship from him. They have already proposing giving Luke Shaw a new contract. So these are and they are signing players with so much money, maybe overpricing some of the players they are bringing to the team. So at this point, they need a total overhaul of the team, their policy, and everything. So the Glazers are not going anywhere. They own the club. They're not putting the club up for sale. So the protest might not even have much impact on the team. But at least going into the next season with the new coach coming in, I think they should also look at the back room of activities in Manchester United.
Okay. Let me just get. We're going back to Austin, but I want to bring Alfred in. Sean Dyche, he's the last of the dying breed. 10 years at a club. I'm not sure we're going to have any manager that will stay longer than that in a football club because results are what everybody wants these days. But let me just ask you, Alfred, were you surprised? Because a lot of people will say, is Sean Dyche is a cat with 9 lives, he will help them survive. But Burnley, just looking at it and where we're going, it's not where we want to be.
Well, with 6-7 games to go in the league and looking at the position, I'm sure the people upstairs know they just have to make a call. 10 years is a lot of time. Like you said, I'm not sure so many managers will get that kind of opportunity to give 10 years at a club. For Sean Dyche is an amazing man. When it comes to one of those coaches that you want to say, the English game, they can really, they have the way, they have the way they walk. They are kind of a work ethic and rest of them. And it's enough got the team from down and what Burnley have done over the years. I'm sure they're looking at the next phase of development. Where do we go from here? And if it goes back to championship, it's just some of the clubs. So I just want to see how best they think they can turn things around. But 10 years, hey, that's a whole lot of time in coaching to be in one club.
Okay, that's true. All right, it's time to go to the FA Cup. I want to pass the baiting to Austin. I'm very sure there are things that currently going on that probably we might not know. Ahead of that big game, 3 very big clubs involved in that, and Crystal Palace will also be looking at themselves, and we've beaten some of these guys before, so of course we can hold our own in the FA Cup. So that's it, Austin. Take us through all of this that you have on your screen, especially the big one.
First leg in the English Premier League at Anfield was 2-2. Second leg at the Etihad 2-2. Maybe we might just get a proper winner from this FA Cup tie, but it doesn't get bigger than Manchester City and Liverpool. Look, Jurgen Klopp is saying that it's the same attitude, the same mentality that they have, that they're going to use in executing that one. For Pep Guardiola and his team, they're banking on the form that they showed in the UEFA Champions League. They didn't particularly play as expected against Atletico Madrid, but they got the job done. And that's business right there. And that's what Pep Guardiola is hoping that they can do against Liverpool. For Chelsea and Crystal Palace, the Blues must be very, very careful. When Patrick Vieira took this Crystal Palace job, he said he doesn't just want this club to play football. He said he wants to change their mentality and style of play. And has he done that? I think he has done just that. Crystal Palace, they can go back, watch the way they handled Arsenal in the league, and then maybe do the same thing with Chelsea. Look, at this stage of a cup competition, the semi-finals, you can't afford to respect your opponent. You just need to go out there, give you 100%. And you know what it is with the cup competition? It's all about upset. So Crystal Palace can only believe against Chelsea.
Ikenna, let me get your thoughts quickly.
I think Crystal Palace, they are already hurt by the absence of Conor Gallagher. He won't be playing because of he's on loan from Chelsea. So that alone is a deep loss for them in the midfield. But going into the game, like Austin said, it's a cup game. They are cup upset. That's what FA Cup is all about. That's why they say is the magic of the FA Cup. So going into this game, Chelsea has to be careful because they are coming in from Madrid already, and going into extra time, they already spent. So Crystal Palace are fresh. They have their hopes, they have their minds set for these games since last 1 week. So it's not going to be an easy game.
All right.
Man City, Liverpool, I think the same thing. Manchester United spent a lot of energy in Madrid. So Liverpool rested a lot of their players, Mane, Salah, and the rest of them. They rested a lot of their players, and going into this game, they'll be fresher than Manchester City. So, if you ask me, I might say an upset from Crystal Palace and maybe Liverpool to the final.
Okay, that's in Kenan's thoughts. Let's listen back to back. Of course, Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. Let's listen to those two managers who come back to wrap things up on the show.
FA Cup, massive competition. We spoke about that before. So it's obviously so far we didn't even go to the semis yet. So it's first experience in a semi-final at Wembley. But better late than never. And now we are there, and it means everything to us. To be honest, we want to. I hope our people can get to Manchester. We didn't speak about to London. We didn't speak about that anymore. It's still the same issue, I think. The trains stopped already, or they will stop just 5 minutes before tomorrow. That's great timing.
Well, in 6 seasons we are together, we reached 5 semi-finals of the FA Cup. That is an incredible achievement. It's really good. That means, again, our consistency. But we didn't perform much well in these games, especially Arsenal against Mikel and the other ones. Last season was quite similar, like today. Like we won in Dortmund, we qualified for semi-finals. We traveled in 3 days. We had Chelsea here. It's the same situation. And hopefully we can perform a little bit better than it happened last season against Chelsea. They were a little bit flat, especially in the first half. Yeah, of course, always you learn. When you play every time I play against Liverpool, you learn another thing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And always you can imagine what they can do it again or get surprise you for something. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like a playoff. So it's like in basketball, that you learn the first for the second. When you play in a short time, many times. But it was just one week ago, and now the second. And in Madrid, it was 4 times in 10 days. So that was a real playoff to try to understand what they have done, what to do it.
All right, welcome back. Before I get back to Austin, let me just bring in Alfred again. And this is going to be your parting shot. Alfred, I want to get your thoughts as quick as you can. These 2 semi-final appearances, what do you think will happen?
Well, for me, I think Crystal Palace have made, you don't need to impress anybody anymore. They make it different in the EPL that they belong there, and they belong to one of the stars. Some of the players that is played for that club they've been out of their skin. No fear for anybody, and they're getting the job done. I'm sure Arsenal fans will still be looking their own what happened last one. So in case the Chelsea team that will blow hot and cold at the same time, a couple of days ago, Chelsea lost to Brentford. Came back, won convincingly against before what happened for their win against Man City. So Chelsea might be on a high, but that disappointment of not possessing the Champions League might just be ringing in their heads, and it might just cost them. And for the other games, all of the titles, this is where it comes to 2 of the best teams in England, 2 of the teams that have played in the Champions League semi-final, 2 of the best managers in this year this season going head to head. I said 2 games they played 2 odds. This is like a tiebreaker because a winner must emerge. And so I'm looking forward to a fighting game. I'm not expecting a draw this game. I expect a winner in the 90 minutes. I don't expect to get extra time. So I'm looking forward to an exciting game. I can't predict. I can't say who progress, but I'm looking forward to an exciting game.
All right. Thank you, Alfred. Alfred, we want to thank you for your time on the show today. Hopefully, we'll do this again some other time.
Thank you very much, Kenny, and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, you too. That's our friend, Alfred Okoligbe, giving us his thoughts on everything sports. Let me get back to Austin quickly as we prepare to wrap things up on the show tonight. Of course, we try our best not to predict, but we say it the way we feel. You listen to Alfred, made his call. So your thoughts, you've talked about it already, but your thoughts on those two games, the two winners that you think will emerge?
It's difficult to talk about the winner emerging from Manchester City and Liverpool because, as I said in the first part of my analysis, we saw that it was even in the league. No winner at the Etihad, no winner at Anfield. But with this cup competition, it's so difficult to predict cup competitions, particularly the semis, where if you leave these four teams, the four of them want to play in the final. We're going to have a good game of football. Both sides are enjoying good form. But I think with character, Liverpool seem to do so well with cup competition. So maybe they might just, go all the way. I'm saying maybe for this one. Then to speak like a regular football fan, I could just jump up and say, oh, Chelsea is going to beat Crystal Palace. But because I know football doesn't work that way, and Crystal Palace at this stage, we say, they've taken us to be the small boys because we're not as big as Chelsea, Liverpool, or Man City. And that might just be their motivation. So if you're expecting an upset, and I love upset. So Crystal Palace might just go all the way. But you know what? Let's listen to Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea's manager. He's talking ahead of that game. Maybe from the things he will talk about, we can see if Chelsea can go on to beat Crystal Palace.
The constant level on which they are playing, the high level of energy, the high level of commitment they are playing throughout the season in the same way. It's I feel a big belief. It's a real team effort. See a real team playing, very close to the coach, calming the club down, calming the situation down, which was not easy with so many players leaving before the season. Did a fantastic job, created a very energetic team, full of individual quality and very dangerous counter-attacking team.
I think what happened in the UEFA Champions League, Chelsea fans also have a reason to, pick themselves back up. It's been a topsy-turvy season for them, Yemi and Ikena, with everything that they've been through, but they can only keep the faith and see whether they can give, something to their fans with the FA Cup. So yes, Jurgen Klopp and this Chelsea side are staying focused. You can say they were quite unfortunate, what happened in the UEFA Champions League. I thought they lost focus when they shouldn't lose it, and that was why Real Madrid, is advancing. So Yemi, with my few analyses, I know I've been able to confuse you more in telling you that I don't know what a cup competition will give us. So let the best team, from the matches, go on to the final.
Yeah, that's it. We always leave it to the very end. That's good. Of course, I'm not going to say anything anyway. And we're about to go, but before we do, I want to quickly thank Iken for his time on the show today. Quickly repeat the two teams you'd say we're going to go through. All right, we'll see you next week. I want to thank you for your time. Hopefully we'll do this again some other time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so thanks for allowing us to be a part of your day. It's the last edition of the show for the week. We're going to be back here again next week. Till then, enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you next week. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
We'll be back again next week, of course, to talk some more sports. But until then, in London, I'm Austin Okonakman saying in everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.